Fantastic 3 points today. What would you say on the game?
I think, to be fair, another good performance from us. I think it's most pleasing is to show that we've got a bit of consistency, because we've played well recently, and it comes to another home game and you're thinking, are we going to repeat like the Winchester game and the way we played? And I think for the most part we did today. I thought probably struggled to get to grips with a few things in the first half, but I thought second half we dominated. I think Webby just said they had one shot in the second half, and we created numerous chances. I thought we were really creative. It's just really nice to see the front boys playing with freedom, playing off each other. It looks very natural. We defended really well. I thought Staunton and Wiss defended anything aerially all game. So obviously really pleasing. I just think, like I said about consistency, someone just pointed out to us that we're now 6th in the form table, and I think if you'd said that 4 weeks ago you'd have probably laughed, but we're now showing performances that this group is capable of. We've all worked hard to get to this point, but ultimately we have to show the same consistency for another 6 games if we're going to give ourselves any chance. But we're really giving ourselves a good chance at the moment, and that's all down to hard work, and also we're just showing a bit more quality, I think, which is something we asked for in those times where it was a bit tougher.
We obviously still sit in the relegation zone, but performances like today, that's going to change inevitably soon.
Yeah, I mean, what we can control is what we do in these last 6 games, and I think performances like that and obviously results, it won't matter what happens around us if we deliver the results. And I think the last 5 or 6 games we've played very well in probably every single game, win, lose or draw. I thought today was another good one. We deserved to win. First half was probably quite even, like Pat just said. It's sometimes difficult at this time of year. Like Sholing probably aren't going to finish in the playoffs, but probably aren't going to be into anything, any type of relegation battle. So they come into the game with minimal sort of jeopardy on the game. And I think that either means that they're quite free and they're quite they don't feel any pressure. Or at the same time they might be too relaxed, and we had to try and make sure that we were intense and we were on top of things from the start. And I thought first half was quite even. Second half, thought we took control of the game, and you could see how much it meant to everyone, the fans and the staff and the players when the second goal goes in. It was a really nice feeling.
I mean, it seemed like we won almost every second ball in that second half today. That midfield 3 out there, and when Charlie came on as well, they're sublime today, weren't they?
Yeah, I thought the midfield was great. I think that midfield that we've got in there is a top midfield for this league. I think each individual has got a lot of quality, so it's always tough to pick 2 that go in there, but I thought every single one of them was excellent today. And I think you're right about second balls. It was something we spoke about at half time when things dropped down. We were probably half a yard away from it for whatever reason, whether it was we didn't anticipate or we weren't quite sharp enough. But do you know what? I think in this league it's those little bits that make a big difference. If you're willing to work a little bit harder, if you're getting on second balls, if you show when we're pressing more belief and a bit more intensity like we did in the second half. I thought Sholing really struggled to get out. So it's those mentality bits, the basic bits that we need to keep doing well, and I think the quality, especially in our forward players now, is starting to show. So we need to make sure we continue with all the gritty bits, and then the boys at the top have been doing it with the final third stuff.
And Oakley Hanger sealing the 3 points right at the Jeff today. Everyone at the club just so pleased for him more than anything.
Yeah, Oaks has had a real challenge since we've come in, because he wasn't in the team to start with, and he wasn't getting many minutes, and that goes one of 2 ways really. I think he sort of stood up and wanted to be up for the fight and wanted to show that he deserved minutes, and he's actually been quite unlucky to not start games, to be honest with you, Connor. But he sort of sums up where the group is now at. We said probably quite a few weeks ago about having the right characters in the changing room and making sure we had the right people for the type of situation that we're in. And Oaks really typifies that. He's been really unlucky to not start games. Every single time he's come on, if you think even back to the Hanwell game, back to the Hungerford game, he's made a real strong impact, and I don't think anybody deserved that more than Oaks. It's a good feeling, and I think it tops off a game that was tough. It was obviously a warm day. Sholing are well coached. They set up well. They gave us some real problems. And when you, like I said to you a minute ago, when you have that moment at the end where it sort of seals the deal, it's such a good feeling. And especially when it's someone like Oakes who's really stuck at it and he's really worked hard for the club. So yeah, really pleased for him.
And finally, next up is a long trip down to Plymouth. It'll be a tough game back. How does our preparation look to that game?
Do you know what I think we've done well, and myself and Joe always do, is try and focus on us. Don't go game by game as such. It's focus on what we've been doing well, continue to do that, improve on that, adapt it slightly based on what we think Plymouth will set up, or what their strengths and what their weaknesses are. So it's important we keep improving on us. It's important we keep working hard. The lads, we were saying, look a lot fitter now because we've been training Tuesday, Thursday, which I don't think they were doing before we came in. So you're starting to see a bit more intensity, a bit more energy about us. So it's about getting our heads down, more hard work, continue with the positive momentum we've got, but also understanding that we can't take our foot off now. We've got 6 games and we've got to make it happen for ourselves.
Well done today, guys.